I don't remember my parents' faces the way most people do. Not because I forgot them, but because they stopped being parents long before I stopped being a child. I was 8 years old when they decided I was too much, too expensive, too weak, too inconvenient. They didn't say those words out loud. They didn't have to. Children understand silence better than explanations. One night, my father packed a single bag. My mother avoided my eyes. They told me I'd be staying with relatives for a while. That while lasted 22 years. No birthday calls. No school visits. No, are you eating well? No, we're proud of you. I learned very early that love, when conditional, disappears the moment you become a burden. I slept on borrowed beds. Ate food I never felt entitled to. Learned to keep my voice low, my expectations lower. When other kids talked about their parents, I stayed quiet, because explaining abandonment is harder than hiding it. By 15, I stopped waiting. By 18, I stopped hoping. By 20, I stopped caring. I worked jobs nobody wanted. Night shifts, construction sites, warehouses where time moved slower than pain. Every paycheck had one purpose: survival. Not dreams, not comfort, just survival. There were nights I fell asleep hungry, not because I had no food, but because I had no strength left to cook. Still, I kept going, because when you grow up unwanted, quitting feels like proving them right. Years passed, slowly, painfully, but they passed. I built skills. I failed businesses. I learned. I failed again. Then one day, something worked. A small contract. Then another. Then a breakthrough. Money came later. Respect came after that. But peace. Peace came when I realized I no longer needed anyone's approval, especially theirs. By 30, I was stable. By 32, successful. By 35, known. And that's when they returned. Not quietly, not apologetically, but confidently. A message first. Polite, carefully worded. We heard you're doing well. No, we're sorry. No, we were wrong. Just curiosity. Then came the call. My mother cried. My father spoke of regret. They said life was hard, that they made mistakes, that they were old now, sick, alone. They spoke as if time erased abandonment, as if blood outweighed choice, as if success rewrote history. They wanted to meet. I agreed, not because I missed them, but because closure deserves eye contact. They looked older, smaller, fragile. I looked calm. They talked about family, about forgiveness, about how proud they were. Proud. The word felt foreign, like it belonged to a life I never lived. My mother reached for my hand. I didn't pull away, but I didn't hold it either. Then my father said it. We're family. We should be together again. That's when I finally spoke. I told him about the nights I cried quietly so nobody would hear. About birthdays spent staring at phones that never rang. About learning how to be strong because weakness had no witnesses. I told him success didn't come from support. It came from absence. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult them. I simply said the truth. You left when I needed parents. You don't get to return when I've learned to live without them. They cried. They begged. They said blood is blood. But blood didn't keep me warm. Blood didn't feed me. Blood didn't protect me. I stood up, and for the first time in my life, I walked away from them. Not in anger, not in revenge, but in peace. Because forgiveness doesn't always mean reunion, and closure doesn't always mean acceptance. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is refuse to reopen a wound just because the people who caused it are finally ready to feel guilty. They abandoned a child. They returned to a man. But the man had already learned how to live without parents.